Hi guys. Is it working now? Can you guys hear me? Yay! I'm so glad it worked out. Finally! That took forever. It's so good to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining us. 10,000 views, guys. I can't believe it. There is a massive delay. I'm trying to fix it, but I'm not sure how. In the chat, I mean. Let's see how to fix that. Oh no, glitter. Maybe refresh the page with F5? I'm so glad we get to do this, guys. This is awesome. Yay! I'm so glad you can hear Kaleidoscope. That's awesome. Yes. Welcome, everyone. It's working out, except for the chat being delayed. Yes. Nice. I'm glad that worked. Hi. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all so much for your continuous support in our journey here on YouTube. We started this channel in June and we've already reached 10,000 views and we nearly have 300 subscribers. So we are so happy and pleased and also proud of ourselves that we actually pulled this off and that our videos are informative to you guys, or informative enough that you keep coming back to watch more videos. So thank you all so much, because without you we would have never been able to do this. So thank you for your support and your love and your comments and your shares. We really, really, really appreciate it. So for today, or for tonight, my night at least, my plan is to do a Q&A. And if you have any questions for us, you can post them here in the comment section on YouTube. Or you can send a message to us, an ask on Tumblr, and you can do that anonymous if you like, so no one has to know whom sent the question, and I will answer it here tonight in the live stream. I'm just sharing some stuff on social media that is worked out and that we're live, so some more people can join if they like. go. We are live. I'm so sorry guys, I was a bit late and then the computer didn't want to do what I wanted it to do, but we're here. So I'm really looking forward to this. So where are you guys all from? Thank you so much for the comment on the makeup. Amy did her makeup and she actually made a video which we will upload later with a little makeup tutorial and a hair dye tutorial as well. So because some people asked her to make a makeup tutorial, so that's what she did, but she was kind of rushed, so she wasn't too pleased with the end result herself, but she tried her best. So that's nice guys. We will upload it later. We can start with the questions in a couple of minutes, Glitter. I want to ask you some questions as well, all of you. Like where you're from, Ireland, USA, Oregon, Massachusetts. Awesome. I'm from the Netherlands, if you don't know yet. So it's really great to see people from all over the world here. And also really nice to see some USA people, because I was wondering if that would work out time-wise. Because I understand in the evening it's easier for a lot of people, but your evening is like for me in the middle of the night. So Amy really wants to do like a USA live stream in the middle of the night because she loves to be up in the middle of the night, and one day I will probably allow her to do that. But for now it's like a decent time for me and I still have energy, and so I think that's better. But Amy will one day do a night live stream for you USA people who can make it in the daytime. Minnesota. I have been in a USA airport once in Chicago, and that's it. I've never been to the USA. I've been to Canada 4 times though. So yeah. Ten a.m. for Glitter. That's in the. Where are you? Oh, Oregon. Okay. Here it's 7 p.m. 7:13 p.m. 1 p.m. for Kaleidoscope. Nice. That means you're in the neighborhood of my long distance relationship partner. So if you have any questions, guys, go ahead, post them in the comments. Yeah, and I'll see if I can answer them one by one. 6 p.m. You're in the UK then, I think, which is really weird because it's a 20-minute flight to the UK from here, but there's an hour time difference. So if I get on a plane here to the UK, I land there before I left here time-wise, which is like really weird. It's like time traveling. I'm glad the time worked out for you, Kaleidoscope. I have some coffee. I hope you all have a drink and a snack. I've never been in Ireland, but I've been in the UK, I don't know, 10 times, many times. So I just had dinner. Okay, that was all the social media we had to do. Where's my correct screen? Oh gosh, here we go. Okay. Whew. So the first question is, how do you stay positive on the really bad days? I I don't think that's possible to stay positive if you're having a really bad day. Um what we did, what we have in our house are safety reminders that we are safe. We keep our crisis plan. We know we have a good support system that we can reach out to, and that's what helps us through a difficult day. Um, I think just reminding yourself that your success rate so far has been 100%. Like every other time you felt that crap, or even more crappy than you feel that day, you've beat that, right? You've overcome that, and you've like woke up the next day and you felt at least slightly better. Okay, again. And then like, so that's what I remind myself of. My success rate so far is 100%. I've always made it true, so I will make it true it again. And for flashbacks, I say if I've survived the real thing when it was really happening, I can also survive the flashback. But like making it positive, I think is like really difficult. It's just like getting through the day, getting through the moment. um if you can allow yourself to feel. But for a lot of us, like the emotions get really overwhelming really quickly. um but to not feel it at all is also like not really the right strategy. So I would just try to feel as much as you can, and then like maybe let go of it again. Or if you cannot do it in any other way, dissociate it away, um, until you can manage again. I hope that answers the question. Um, Let me see. The next question is, how does everyone, most common fronters, take their tea or coffee? Um, Actually, I think everyone drinks cappuccino. Cappuccino. I don't know how you say that in English properly. Um, and for tea, we drink a lot of sleepy tea. It's what it's called. I'm not a huge tea fan, although I try to like drink more tea because I also don't drink water, so tea seems like a good option. And we have like the spicy chai that we drink with milk, like the English people. um, And our littles, they drink coffee black when they want to go inside and they're stuck in the body. So that's their little trick to be able to go back inside. They drink black coffee and they're done. They like, yep, go back inside. At least those who have tried. I'm not sure it would work for every little in my system, but those who have tried it worked for. So, hi Hazel. Hi Charlie and Tim. So the next question is, how do you help the more difficult alters to heal and improve their behavior and keep the system safe from them? I think you said you don't lock up those alters, so how do you keep safe? We indeed don't lock up our alters. We used to, but when you lock an alter up, there comes a day or a moment where you have to let them out of the cage, no matter what that cage looks like. Even if it's just the rooms that you lock them up in, one day you have to open that door and let them out, because you can't lock someone up forever. That won't work. So when they come back out, they're going to see you as the enemy because you locked them up, or whoever locked them up is the enemy. And you are probably also the enemy because you didn't help them out when they were locked up by someone else. But if you have someone that is a danger to the system, whether that's inside or outside danger, we look which other altar fits that altar best. So if it's little, Esther will be their body because Esther is the caregiver for the littles. If it's a protector, we will find another protector that is friends with the protector that is causing trouble. If it's a persecutor, we find another persecutor or another protector that is befriended with them in the past or right now. And we buddy them up. So we find someone that connects, that clicks with the altar that is causing trouble. And then we lock them up together, basically. So what we do is we have one comfort room. I think before I called it a relaxed room, but it's not a relaxed room. It's just a calm room where you can, all the walls are not padded like in a scary hospital, but like with carpet. So it's really nice and cuddly and safe. You can't hurt yourself there, or like not really bad. And there is a buddy there with you who can help you through what you're going through, what you're experiencing in that moment. And because there is someone to help them through that difficult time, they will feel grateful and thankful after that period is over. Just like with the previous question, right? You have a bad day, but eventually that will pass. Life, is up and down. It's not a straight line for no one, whether you have the idea or not. No one has a straight line life. It's always ups and downs. So when you help the altar through the difficult period, they will feel thankful and grateful, and they know they can trust you next time. So they might come to you sooner and say, hey, last time I did something really bad, and then, my body came and we went to that room together. This time I feel I might do the same thing. So can you help me? And, they can teach. You can teach them, and they can learn that they can come to you or whoever you assign in your system to handle this part of life. It doesn't have to be you necessarily. You can assign someone as well. They can just be upfront, like, okay, today I feel the need to do something that we agreed we wouldn't do because it's dangerous or whatever. I'm not gonna mention anything specific because I don't want to trigger anyone. And if they learn that, I think you can teach yourself to stay safer much better. Let's see where we are. Does that answer the question, Sparkle? Awesome. I'm really glad that was helpful. Okay. Um, Hi, Cascadian system. I hope I say your name right. Else, I'm so sorry. I tried. Uh, I don't want to call your YouTube name out either because maybe that's not who you are right now. But welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following us and supporting us. That's for everyone. The next question is: does anyone smoke and does anyone hate it? I noodle smoke, but Annabeth hates it that I do. She says I'm ruining the body. We used to smoke. We smoked for since we were, I think, 11 or 12. Because when my mom got angry, she would be like, give me a smoke" to my dad. So we one day had the idea, apparently that helps you to calm down, and I really need to calm down, so I'm gonna start smoking. So, uh, yeah, that's how we started. Then when I got married, I quit smoking. And before we got married, we had a talk with each other. Basically, the host that we had then said like, okay guys, I'm getting married now, and so I'm gonna need you guys less, but I'm in a safe place, and we all kind of accepted that. Some altars were still really prominent and around, like Emma and Esther, um, but most of us went more to the back because we felt like they were in a safe place, and they were. And that's so that made it easier to quit smoking as well, because Esther was really against smoking, so she didn't smoke anyway. And how we did that was we put all our cigarettes and lighters and ashtrays, everything, in a plastic bag, and we went to the train station that we used every day to go to school, and we walked to a random stranger that was smoking, and we said, we're quitting smoking. Here is everything we own smoking related. You can throw it out or use it, do whatever with it what you want, but I'm quitting. So, and then after that, I was like, I could never lit a cigarette on this train station again, because this guy will, pass by me, see me, and like laugh in my face. So that worked really well, actually. And that's how we quit smoking the first time. Then, when we got in a divorce, we were on a holiday in Tunisia, and the smokes are really, really cheap there, like really cheap there. So, like, 1 plus 1 is 2. We went to buy a package of cigarettes, and we started smoking again, and we kept that up for quite some time, until I think 11 months ago now, maybe 10 and a half. Then we made the switch to vaping. So we vape now, and we really, really like that. It's a lot cheaper. First, I spent 70 euros a week on smoking, and now I spend 70 euros a month on vaping. Um, it tastes a lot better because we have we get 11 different bottles of juice each month with their own flavor, like pancakes, or I don't know, strawberry milkshake, honey is something we really like. That kind of stuff. So it tastes a lot better and it smells a lot better. So because my littles really didn't like it that we smoked, like if they came out after we just smoked, they were like coughing a lot, and yeah, they didn't like it either. But with the vaping, actually, they're doing a lot better, and we have to make sure that the littles don't start vaping now. So, um, which is a completely different concern. But yeah, so we did smoke. Everyone quit smoking. Basically, we said, listen, this is new. Either we quit completely or we switch to vaping completely. There is no other way. We cannot afford cigarettes anymore. We're smoking too much on stressful days or when we switch a lot because we don't remember we just had a smoke. So we have to stop it. We cannot afford it anymore. So either we go vaping or we quit. And then one day we had a crisis when we stopped for about 6 months. We had a crisis situation, and then Drake, he bought a bottle of booze and a package of cigarettes, and he lit one of the cigarettes, and he was like, oh my god, this is disgusting, I can't believe I did this for so long, and he like threw the package away. and grab the vape again. So now we can't stand the taste of cigarette smoke anymore. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about smoking or vaping. Okay, let's see. Hi from the UK. Glad to be here. Oh, hi, Melissa. I see Junu now. Do you have any advice on how to give the protector better support so they can build confidence to be themselves and communicate effectively with us all? Hi, Iggy. Let me think about your question for a second. So you want to give your protector better support so they can build confidence to be themselves. I think the best answer I can give you is to give the right example. Like if you are yourself and the other people in your system start being themselves, then you give the good example maybe, and your protector can follow that road. Yeah, I don't know. Read up or watch videos about how to build confidence. Maybe Brené Brown. I'll type that down for you. I think that's her name. She has a lot of good books on being yeah, that's her name. Sorry. She has a lot of good books about confidence and authenticity and being yourself, being worthy, and about shame and fear. She has a lot of good books and also videos, TED Talks, that kind of stuff. I really, really like her work. So maybe she has something that can help you with that. I think also being yourself. How am I going to explain this? We have a video called From Persecutor to Protector. I think it's by Lisa. And we talk basically about a job promotion. So it's possible that you or anyone else in your system has been forced into a certain role because either there was a big lack or a need in the system for that certain role, or it was just needed in that moment. But now that we are adults and we're in safety, I think it's okay for some alters to start the process of finding out who they truly are underneath that title of protector or persecutor. Because I feel like these roles are often forced upon us when we were still very little, and we didn't choose for that. This is just who we are because we were, I don't know, made for this reason or whatever. But if you look underneath for that, then I think there's like, yeah, more of a personality. And I think that's also how alters develop, right? It starts out as a fragment and it becomes more of a personality. And I think for a lot of us, part of that process was understanding when we really are, when we took away all the stuff that the abuse put upon us and made us into. And then, yeah, it's like peeling layers of an onion almost until you get to like the core. And I don't mean the core as in being one person or whatever. I just mean the core of every different alter underneath all the abuse. If that makes any sense. I really hope that makes sense. Please let me know in the chat if that makes sense, and I will say hello to everyone. Iggy, thank you so much for saying I'm looking great today, and I'm also really glad you made it. and I'm glad you're here. I'm doing great today. Hi, Mandy is your name, apparently. Mandy, welcome. Hi, Chandra from Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. That is amazing. I'm glad that makes sense, guys. That was not easy to explain out of like the blue out of my head. Okay. Where were we with the questions? Let me have a look. Thank you, Margaret, for congratulating me on the 10,000 views and for saying I'm doing great. I'm pretty nervous. Let me see if I had all the questions. I don't want to skip anyone by accident. No, it seems like I had everything. Okay, so here is the next question. We really liked your video and tips for new authors. Do you have any other topics for videos you are going to make in the future? Yes. I have a whole list of things I'm gonna do in the future, including partners and friends supporting people with the ID. But I actually want to make a collaboration video with someone about that, someone who doesn't have the ID and who supports someone with the ID. So I have to call my friends and see if anyone is up for it. Okay, the list of YouTube ideas that I have are, let me see, where are we? Journaling. I definitely have to make a video on journaling. My problem with this is that I don't want to show my own journal because it's so personal. So I want to like write something fake to like show it as an example. But I have to like come up with something, and I want to get new color gel pens before I do that. So journaling will definitely be on is definitely on the list of future videos. So is coming out of the closet, family, friends, and loved ones, and the power of imagination and the ID. My opinion or our opinion on the movie Split. What I wish I had known when I just got diagnosed, increasing communication and cooperation within a system. I already did this one, but it's still in the list. I want to make a video on structural dissociation, but as you can hear, I first have to prep myself on saying the word structural dissociation. And that's the theory of structural dissociation by Onno van der Hart. And he is a really, really great specialist in the Netherlands that wrote this book together with two other, oh no, maybe this book he wrote by himself, and the other book he wrote with two other people. One of them is American. I'm not sure. I think he wrote a theory of structural dissociation by himself. Basically, what that includes is that you were not born with a personality, but you were born with different states, and where a child without trauma grows up to be one personality between age 5 to 8, and then enlarges that personality or like deepens it or yeah, I don't know, like develops it more over the years. It started out with different separate states. And us, people who got traumatized, people with the ID, we were also born with these different states. But we never had the chance to integrate them into one personality that we could then develop or enlarge. So we stayed separated in different states, and we created more states and new states when trauma occurred and we needed a way out. So I want to do a elaborate video on that because I'm very, very interested in it. He did a lot of research on the Holocaust survivors, on this, so I really want to dive deep with that video. I want to do a video on equality within systems, natural selection, something called soup and pizza, which is a secret still what it is. But basically, it's not about soup and pizza. It's a metaphor that I use. I want to do the 3 C's: co-consciousness, cooperation, and communication for healing versus integration. Um, and last but not least, I want to make a video about outsiders adopting littles within your system, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I want to make a video about that as well. That's my whole video list for now, but I'm pretty sure I have many more ideas in my head and the authors in their head. So I think what I can give for advice right now about friends, next to the video that I will make for it in the future, is availability. For people with the ID, it's really difficult to keep in touch, or for some people with the ID at least, because I'm here for a week and then maybe I'm gone for a week and then I'm here for 2 weeks and then I'm gone for 3 days. And in those times that I'm gone, other alters might not respond to messages, or they might not reach out themselves. So if you don't hear something for your friend for a while, depending on how often you normally have contact anyway, you could send them a message or give them a call and see how they are doing. It would be really great if you can befriend everyone in the system, or everyone that wants to befriend you. Not that you should push it, but just that you're open to meeting other alters, and that you I don't know, behave normally but respectfully when you meet someone new. Like, some people get really weird when they meet an alter. I'm not even sure how to explain that. Like I get shy, but they even get more shyer. What? Than me, and I'm like, I'm the one switching here. Calm down. But if someone is really open and accepting of my DID, that makes it a lot easier. Also, you can ask the alter that is there what you can do to make them more comfortable. Maybe they want to have a blanket or a stuffy, or a hot drink, or maybe they want to have a hug. For us, it really helps if we can hug someone while we switch, because we really don't like people looking at our face. So either we say, like, we go to the bathroom and we'll be back, and we switch like when we're out in the hallway or whatever, or we like give someone a hug and then they can see our face, and then we feel safe and protected and loved, even when it's on a friendship base, and it's easier for us to come back or to switch to someone else. So if that's the kind of friendship you have, then that is something you can offer to that person. But not everyone likes to be touched, so make sure you check with the person what they're comfortable with and what not, because it really varies per person, per system. I think if you can offer them to be part of their support network, if you say, like, okay, you can contact me whenever you need, or you can contact me between 9 and 5 whenever you need, because you can set your boundaries, right? Don't forget that. If you make clear to them what they can expect of you and what they can't expect, then I think that really helps. And constantly remind them, secure them, confirm to them that you're still there for them, that you're still friends with them, that you understand and accept, that they are safe, that they can share things with you if they want that, and that you want to be friends with anyone and everyone in the system, no matter how big or small that part is. I think that's my friendship tips for now. Yeah, let me think. Um, we would really appreciate it if a friend would take my littles to the zoo, for example. I would really love that. I would be forever grateful if someone would be willing to do something like that for me. So I think if you can like provide that kind of stuff, if they feel that same need as that I do, um, then that would be really really epic. Are other people also like? Would they be interested in that, or like have a need for that? That like someone, a friend, or like a safe family member takes their littles out to like amusement park or like the zoo. Oh, that's awesome, Glitter. My ex, he took us to an amusement park. Um, he took little Emma to the amusement park, and she had a blast. In the um, what is it called? Like the pirate ship or whatever. Anyway, halfway through, she got sick and she kicked Sarah out, who was still hosting then, and Sarah didn't want to go in the thing. So that was a really funny moment. I think if they are like if the host or the caretaker of the like the adult caretaker agrees with that, that is a great idea to take them out. Yes, Iggy, I know you're in the States. And also, I would definitely organize, like, let's all go to the zoo together day. But no, we're all over the world spread it. Um, okay, so let me see what the next question is. Suggestions for newly discovering being polyfragment systems. Um, so we call ourselves a polyfragment system because we have multiple systems and also like subsystems and also different inside worlds um, that only certain people can go to. I know some people say that you also have to have a minimum of 100 altars to be polyfragmented, but I'm not sure if I completely agree with that. And I spoke to someone yesterday who actually said that she doesn't only count her altars, but also every valuable part of her system. So they have a viewing window that they can use to all look outside what's going on the outside. We have that as well. She counts that in her over 100. She has a logbook, like a journal inside that they all write in. She counts that as a part. Mm, we have a internal memory bank called Corey. I think I spoke before a little bit about that in one of my videos. I'm not sure. Um, we do count her, but we never counted other like non alter things in our system. But maybe we are thinking about this, rethinking about this. Um, I think being polyfragmented um, is really complicated if you feel the need to sort it all out. Like, there is so much uncertainty and uh, everything must feel unclear right now. So you feel like if you have like um, a mess of rope, you feel like you have to pull it all out and make it straight again, flat again. But actually, that's really difficult when you're polyfragmented. And I think my best tip is to take every day as they come, write everything down, everything. Um, like throughout the day, write down if you vacuumed, if you had breakfast, if you took your medication, if you walked your dog, if you went outside, everything, write it down and who did it, and see if you can find a pattern, right? Maybe there's someone who makes coffee every morning. Maybe there is someone who goes out every day at 2 o'clock to walk around a block around the house. Uh, Maybe you have someone who always goes to bed. And that way you can slowly, because it's a really slow process for most systems and most people, you can get more understanding. Also, find someone inside who can oversee, who can, like, for us that's Lisa. She can oversee the system. She can look at everywhere in the inside world. She always knows where everyone is, and she has, like, yeah, I don't know, she just sees the inside world differently than all of us. Like, I see first person, but she almost looks down on it from above, or that's how she explained it, at least. So I don't know, she knows everything. Maybe you have someone like that in your system, but it might be hard to find that person. You can also leave a paper or notebook open on your table and write certain roles like protector, persecutor, caregiver, I don't know, something like that, and then just leave it open and people can write down their names and maybe which system they are from. So we have the castle system, we have the dome people, we have the underworld, we have Summerland, we have the shadows. So, and we have an Amy and an Amamenta, a Sar and a Sarah, a Kim and a Kimberly. So that all, like, got really confusing for us. We had, like, I think we had Sar, Sarah, Sarche, like, we had a whole cluster of them. So what we did was we let them write down their names under the role, and then next to their names they wrote which system they are from, so we could get a bit of a better overview who was there. And then next to that we journal everything. We write everything we do down, when we did it, what time we did it, how much we did it, like, did we eat one sandwich or like a whole loaf of bread. So we have, like, because we forget. I forget, even if I'm out all day, I forget what I did, or, like, yeah, my memory is just really messy. Those are my tips for newly discovering being polyfragmented, and finding a good therapist. That's never a bad idea. And baby steps, taking it easy, one day at a time. It's okay, you don't have to figure it all out today. And ask help from the other people inside of making things more clear. And yeah, I think that's all my advice on this topic for now, but I will make a video about polyfragmented systems as well in the near future. Melissa responded. She asked a question before about having a protector and giving them more confidence and letting them be themselves. And she said, thank you, really helpful, definitely makes sense. And she ends them with, he is the only male. So for us, for a long time, Drake was the only male in our system, at least in the castle system. And we know for him this was also really, really difficult. But the videos from Multiplicity and me with Jess really helped us to put things in a perspective. Sure, Drake felt lonely in being the only male, but I guess he found it kind of, I don't know, maybe refreshing that there were other people out there who also had male alters, who were only had male alters. Like, he actually said, I'm really glad you guys are here, like the girls are here, because I don't think I would like a system with only guys. So that was funny. So that's, I'm gonna make a video as well on gender, but it's such a heated topic right now that I don't want to offend anyone. So I'm not sure if I can make a video where I don't offend anyone, because everyone takes offense of everything these days when it comes to gender. Um, but being male in a system, being the only male in a system, can be difficult. Is something unique, that yeah, takes a certain level of self-acceptance that can be very difficult. But I think if the rest of the system can support him in being male, if you can find reasons why he could be male, so you can make a list of all the reasons why he could be male. So maybe it was because when you were a child you thought, if I was a boy I wouldn't get abused, or maybe it was because you really liked your father, and or your brother or your uncle or the kid from the playground, and you wanted some male figure in your system to like be like them, or like feel protected by them. He is a protector, so it makes a lot of sense for him to be male, in my opinion. Not that all my protectors are male, definitely not, but it makes sense to me. So if you can make a whole list with reasons why he could be male, that might help for him, or maybe he wants to do it himself. Okay, let's see. Next question is from, is anyone in your system LGBTQ? Definitely. Most of us are pansexual. We are polyamorous. We organize a bi-monthly polyamory discussion night here in our country, in our city. We have people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual. Most people are pansexual. We have a few asexuals. We don't have any transgenders, which I'm really blessed by, because I think that would be so difficult to deal with that in a system. Like, yeah, I don't know how I would deal with that. Do we have queer people? Yes, most people identify as queer actually in my system. We have had a lot of identity problems when growing up. I always played with the boys, for example. I don't know. So yeah, gender was always a weird thing for me growing up, and now being an adult, I think we are really, really open and non-judgmental. We've dated a transgender boy. So yeah, but we don't have any transgenders in our system. Any other books you suggest and why they helped you? Yes, I do. Let me quickly look up the English title of that for you. Where is it? Sorry, I did not have a book list prepared. What? Oh, here it is. Yes, my book tip is Coping with Trauma-Related Dissociation, Skills Training for Patients and Therapists. I will post a link to Amazon. I don't have an affiliation with them, so it's not like I'm getting money for this or whatever. But here's a link to the book. I work with this book together with my therapist, but you can also do it without the therapist. It does contain homework that you can do if you want to. No one will force you to. At least my therapist doesn't force me to do the homework. She just like see if I'm interested. If you hear a weird sound, that's my dog drinking some water. But Coping with Trauma-Related Dissociation by Suzette Bone, Anon van der Hart, and Kathy Steele is a really nice book that I can recommend. Um, do I have any other book tips? Not really, to be honest. I've read like tons and tons of articles on the website from PODS, PODS, which is an dissociation organization in the UK, and I've also read a lot of articles from Anna van der Hart, and I have also read a lot of articles from the International Society for Trauma and Dissociation. Um, but book wise, there are a lot of books that um, are just like someone telling their story, and that always just triggers me and it doesn't really help me. But I know, Chandra, that you asked this question, you don't have the ID, so maybe one of those storybooks actually might be more helpful for you. um there is the Three Phases of Eve, I think it's called, um and a book something named with Alice that I read, but I can't really remember. I can look it up for you later. I can remember right now. Those are books that I read, and I once read a Dutch book by Dr. Friesen, um, which I also can't really remember the title from. But if anyone is interested in that book, it's very specific, then let me know. I bought this book for my ex-parents-in-law after I got diagnosed because they are very Reformed Christians, Dutch Reformed Christians. So I was scared that they might think my alters are demons and they didn't really understand my diagnoses. And that book is a Christian book that explains what alters are and that we are not demons. So if you're interested in, if you need a specific book about that, there is one out there. Um, uh, yeah, funny enough, maybe. That was a book that was helpful in my situation because I needed a book specifically about that. But besides that, I do not have a lot of book tips. I think other people might have book tips. If you have book tips, guys, please write them down in the chat. Hi Menda, welcome. I have a bit of a delay in the chat, so I didn't see it until now. Yes, I do have, I can link that. I have a PDF. Let me see. This is a PDF from POTS, so that's also the website for POTS if you're interested in their website, or that's how you write it, at least. That's not their website, this is only the PDF. But it's a leaflet for professionals with info for professionals, and whenever I have to go to a hospital or to a doctor, a new doctor, I print this out and I take it with me and I show this to the doctor, or I email them up front and I say, please read this before I come in because I need you to be up to date with what's going on with my system. Yeah, so I'm really thankful that that leaflet is there online for free and that you can just print it out and take it with us. So I have a question that came in on the Anon Asks, and it says, I'm constantly doubting my DID because there has been dormancy lately. I don't have an inner world, or at least I can't exit it. What should I do? So doubting the ID is a topic that I have a separate video about on my channel, so I would definitely recommend watching that one. Altars going dormant can be like a good sign. Maybe less is going on in your life right now and you're in a more safe and secure place, and they feel less of a need to be close by. um, but I can say that for sure, of course, because I don't know your system. If you can't access the inner world, I would definitely try self-hypnosis. I have 2 videos on that on my channel, and that also explains, one of those hypnosis videos explains how you can invite other alters in. So even if they've been dormant, but you want to try to get them back, you can try to see if you can get them back with that way. So check out that video, I would say. um, Even if you can't access the inner world, you can still try with self-hypnosis to invite your other alters to come back or to come closer or to pull them back in. If self-hypnosis scares you, you can do a meditation and then try it. Just because they go dormant, though, doesn't mean you don't have the ID anymore, or doesn't mean you don't have alters anymore. Alters always come back. At least, like, some might be gone for a really long time, but eventually they come back. And if a lot of them go away, they also eventually might come back. Another anon ask came in, and that says, what if someone doesn't believe you have the ID? How do you handle it? An outside person or an inside person? I'm not really sure. I will explain both. We had people inside who didn't believe in our DID. We still have 1 or 2 people that do not believe we have DID. It's very difficult. They are not part of our inside world. They seem to just like vanish into nowhere after they've been around, denying everything, and then they just leave again. And to be honest, I haven't really figured out how to convince them yet. Besides, if they would come out during therapy, or when my social work is here, or when I'm in a Skype call with my partner. Those are the people I know would be able to explain DID to them. But communicating with them by ourselves is really difficult. If we talk about an outside person who does not believe you have DID, then I would try to explain it, depending on who it is, how close you are with that person, how important that relationship is to you. But if someone keeps denying, say that you lied, that you're making it up, that you're attention seeking, then I don't think that's someone you want to have in your life, because you're not. You have a serious disorder that a lot of people suffer with, and that not enough people take serious. So if those that claim they love you or want to be your friend don't accept you for who you are or who you have become due to trauma and abuse, that's really offensive and sad. And I think in that case you should choose for yourself. I know that's hard. I know it's hard to close off a friendship. But if you can be yourself anyway, then what's the point, right? I mean, yeah, I reblocked today. It's better to be loved for who you are than to be, no, it's better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for whom you're not. And I highly agree with that. A new question came in. I'm gonna take 1 minute break, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let my dog out because she really wants to get out of her cage, and I find it a bit sad. So give me 1 second, and I'll be back. Go get a drink, or go pee, or get a snack or something. Yeah. Maybe there is so much delay that I'm already back. The whole thing fell over. Amanda Miller, it's fine that you were not here earlier, and I will answer your question in a second when I know no one left or everyone is back. And I'm gonna take a drink and take a breathe. This is really exciting, guys, but also nerve-wracking, to be honest, to host one of these live streams and to answer questions without having the time to think about it and to apply it not to your own system but to other systems. It's quite a challenge since I'm not a therapist or anything like that. Okay, my dog is out of the cage, so if you hear her walking around, I apologize, but I don't think my dog should suffer because I'm on YouTube. Because indeed, it's the cutest puppy ever. She will say hi to you. Hold on. Let's make some space. Come on. Oop. There we go. Yeah, the puppy. The puppy. Say hi, Angel. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Don't lick off my makeup that Amy did. Okay, so the question from Amanda was, oh, wait a second. Yes, people should accept it. You deserve to be heard on who you are, and it's not okay to have people deny what you've been through. Anon. Yes, I agree, Chandra. So, Amanda's question was, when did you decide to be open about your DID, and how do you feel about the decision you took? So we got diagnosed in 2012, and we have been open since 2012. We told everyone, like, yeah, everyone. Mostly because we wanted answers, like, why did no one notice this when we grew up? Why did no one do anything? Certainly my parents must know what happened in my life, and if I go to them and I tell them I have this serious disorder, they will right away tell me what happened. Unfortunately, they didn't, and they still haven't. I'm still in the process, though. I can't say too much because I don't know if they're watching this or if they're watching this channel, if I would upload this later. I have a complicated situation with my family at the moment. And thank you all for the lovely compliments. So, we have been really open about it since we, like, right from the diagnosis. We have never, we've hidden our system before the diagnosis, and we have had, like, I guess in regards to my son, we kind of tried to hide it, but out of protection for him, also because he doesn't live with us full time. So we have the agreement that when he is with us, then I'm out, Amatist, the host, I'm also his, we're all his mom, but like I'm his caregiver mom. I'm the one who's present in the body to take care of him, at least when he's awake. If he goes to bed, the others might come out and take over. But when he's awake, I'm here, and I take care of him. So he is the only person that we keep into account when it comes to our DID and when someone is out and when someone isn't out. We don't have to work anymore, luckily, so that also like gives us a lot of space to be ourselves whenever we want or need, and we reserve time for other alters to use the body as well. So we have playtime for the littles, where they can come out and play so they don't unexpectedly take over when I want to play with my son. To other people, like I said in my whom should you tell that you have DID video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, I I talked about dating, and that I tell anyone that I'm going on a date with that I have DID before I even consider a first date. Like, if they are not open to the DID, if they're not open to my alters, if they do not want to date someone with DID, that is their right. I would never blame someone for saying, hey, I'm not up for this. I just want a normal girlfriend or a normal wife and a normal life. You know, if you have that opportunity, if you have that possibility, then go for it. You know, I'm not asking you to be with me, or be with anyone with DID. Um, I think a lot of people undermine it though, even like because I explain up front what the idea is, right? But still, they can't really understand it, I think, until they've been with you for a while and met different alters and have seen you in different states, um, in different emotional situations. Uh, but yeah, all my friends know, my family knows. We waited with YouTube until June of this year because we waited until we were officially 100% declared unfit for work, because we were really afraid that if we would be open on the internet about our DID and we were forced to go back to work, we would never be able to find a job, because I can't have a YouTube channel or have like any page or blog or whatever for my alters if they can be themselves, right? That's yeah, kind of ridiculous. Why make a page for someone and then say but you can't use it? So we waited until we were 100% declared unfit for work, which was a 5-year process. So we've like Lisa waited 5 years before we finally did this. Good luck, Chandra, at work. Bye. Thank you so much. So, I'm sorry, Chandra is leaving, and I wanted to say goodbye to her because she's my friend. So, um, what was I saying? Yes, so when we got finally declared unfit for work, like completely, fully, 100%, then we told Lisa, like, okay, now it's okay to start a YouTube channel and come out on the internet. Also, when we just got diagnosed, we didn't want to have to do anything with the internet and the ID, because we thought it would put ideas in our head, or we would copy what other systems are doing. And I think that was a really stupid decision, actually, because that meant I had to reinvent the wheel myself over and over again, while that knowledge was already available to other systems, right? So, um, I'm having new messages. So, where's my screen? Licks from the dog. So yeah, Lisa was really happy she could finally make this channel, and that's also when we like started to investigate what was out there. So we made a Tumblr first. Maybe we made a YouTube first. I don't know. We made a Tumblr page. We found a lovely community, and actually it has just been amazing to be part of this online DID world and DID community. It has really helped my alters to open up, to speak more freely about things that bother them, that they or we thought we were the only ones that dealt with that, and we find out we're not, and it's just such a relief to know that you know, it's not us. A lot of people have you know this, or have yeah. I don't want to get Snapchat, Iggy, because my son uses Snapchat, and I think I can only have one account, and I don't want to share uh, my son's face on our DID channels. Making sense of the fuss. Welcome. Don't worry. No sad smiley faces today. We have 10,000 views. We're partying. It's no problem you're late. Don't worry at all. I will upload it later so you can watch the first part back and you still have a chance to ask your questions. It's all good. Um, I got some more add-on questions and it said it's family and outside person. So I will just like hook onto that for a second. With family and telling them you have DID. I also talk about this in my latest video, whom you shouldn't tell about DID. But anyway, um, with family, it's really difficult for a lot of people with DID to know if the family is safe or unsafe. So it's really difficult to know if you can tell them that you have DID or not. If you have any doubt, if you have no proof that this person is safe, I wouldn't share it with them. If your aunt is safe but your uncle is unsafe, maybe you can share it with your aunt, but make very, very clear that you can trust her and that she won't share this delicate information with abusers who can definitely use it against you. Because if an abuser finds out you have DID, then stuff can really, really get messy. So, you should try to avoid that at all times. And if you can know for sure if your family is safe, then I wouldn't share it with them. I actually regret sharing with my um, um, family, because the only thing my uh, dad basically said was, you will abuse your children, because I read something about DID that they abuse their children, and it was so offensive, that I actually regret um, sharing that information with him at all, especially because they know what happened when I was little, and they just won't give me the information. Like, they just like refuse it. They made a pact with the family to never speak about it again, so they won't. But I have questions. So yeah, with family it's really difficult. That, like, I don't know your family, I don't know your situation, I don't, like, to the anon who ask me these questions, um it's really difficult as an outsider to give advice about if you should tell your family. You could show them the link that I shared for the professionals. Maybe that makes a bit more of an impression on them when they see, like, oh, this is actually for professionals. Then maybe they will more easily believe you. Amanda, like, I think being out to the world is, well, maybe when you're on YouTube, you're out to the world, but, like, it's not like my littles are doing my grocery shopping now, or, playing in the playground with the neighbor kids. It's just that, like, to my friends and my family, I've made clear that I'm not, um, stopping my alters if they have purpose there. If it's safe and appropriate for them to be there, they can be there, and I'm not stopping them. I don't want to stop them, except when my son is here, and then they know it's not safe and appropriate, so they won't come out. Yeah, that actually worked really well for us to make that agreement, and to also, because we don't have him full time, we could make that agreement, and it works really great for us. Thank you, Diamond, with the congratulations on all the views. I'm also so happy. You have no idea how happy I am. Let me refresh this page. We officially made it, guys, to 10,011 views and 300 subscribers. That is amazing. I am so happy. And because I'm so happy, I am gonna make a secret announcement, and then it's not a secret anymore. But I'm really excited to share some news with you guys. I've been able to talk with some people in Canada, and they are gonna build a app for us. specifically for people with DID, and it's gonna be an amazing project that we're working on. I've already designed most of the concept of how I want it to look like. It will be an app that will help with internal communication. It will be for verbal and non-verbal alters to communicate how they are feeling and what they are experiencing. It will give you medication reminder. It will give you some breathing exercises and random grounding techniques. And yeah, we're just like starting on this project, so not everything is set in stone yet. I don't know price yet. I don't know when it's gonna be released yet. I just know that it's gonna be there. It has been a long-term goal and dream of mine to create one of these apps for the community, because we really lack an app. There is no app specifically for DID. I know most of us use Dalio, and we have like hacked that and made it DID friendly as we can get it, but it's just not good enough. It's 2017. Technology, tech is helping on so many levels in people's life. There are so many different apps out there for other disorders, so I think getting an app specifically for DID is a necessity, and something that can help a lot of people. So I'm really excited about this. This is my first public announcement. You guys here in this live stream are the first to hear about this. If I haven't told you privately, because you're my friend. So yeah, this is really exciting news. It's getting built by someone who is very overqualified for the job, but willing to do it. So that's also a major blessing. I thought one day I had to do a crowdfunding for this to be able to hire someone in India to build this for us, but actually it's going to be someone in Canada pouring his heart and soul in this app for us, so we can communicate better with each other, keep better track of our lives, of our medication, and learn to do our breathing and grounding exercises. So yeah, I'm so excited to share this news with you. And I hope it will be available soon. This person is gonna build this in his spare time though, so it might take a while before it's finished. But I will keep you posted on our Tumblr and Facebook page on how it's going, what the progress is. When we have like a first release, maybe we need some beta testers, maybe we need some translators. So if you're interested in that, send me a message. And so yeah, I'm really excited about this, guys, and I hope you guys are also excited that this is gonna be happening. Yeah. Are you happy, Angel? Are you happy? Yes, we get an app. We get an app. Yes. I'm glad, Iggy. I'm super excited about this. So do you guys have any more questions for me or anyone in my system? Then please let me know, write them down, send them to me, or yeah, something like that. Angel? Yeah. Hi. Welcome. Thank you. Her name is Angel. Okay, guys, last call out for questions, and else I'm gonna end the live stream. It's been an hour and a half. I had a lot of fun, and I'm more than willing to answer some more questions if people have them. But else, I'm gonna sign off. Let me see. So, oh, this is going really fast all of a sudden. Could you repeat what you said about the app people needing translation help? Yes, I'm highly considering making the app available in multiple languages because a lot of the littles might not speak anything else than your native language. My native language is Dutch, so I can translate it to Dutch. I found someone who can translate it to German. But if someone speaks a different language and are willing to translate stuff for us, then feel free to send me a message on either Facebook or Tumblr, and the links are in all my video descriptions, so you can find them there. But we're not in that stage yet, so that's going to be one of the last stages. But eventually I would like to try to make it available in multiple languages. Iggy is asking how the weather is today. It is absolutely horrible. It's been raining all day. My doggy didn't want to play outside because it was cold. And yeah, the weather isn't the best. But no snow yet, so that's good. I think your name is Nylazor. I'm not sure. We also have an alter named Angel, and that is really confusing sometimes because yeah, you respond, but Inside Angel also respond. But this doggy, she's a rescue, so she was already named Angel when I got her. Yeah, else I would have chosen a different name. But we decided that we just stick with her name. Inside Angel was okay with it, although she does get anxious sometimes when I get mad at the dog and I would yell at the dog, then the Inside Angel get anxious. But we just remind her like it was for the dog. Let me see. Glitter asks, when you weren't in the safest of environments, how did you find ways to let your littles out to play safely? I didn't, actually. I built the best, most awesome inside role plays for them I could, and that's where they stayed. That's where they went. Maybe if I had like an hour to myself and I was absolutely sure no one would come over, they might, I might have let them out for a few seconds. Hi, Nordic System. But mostly I kept them inside and I provided them inside with everything they need. Else, before bedtime, like when you lay in bed, and supposedly you are alone there, then that might be a good time. I like to keep my littles extra safe, like, yeah, so when I'm not in a safe environment, they're not out to play, basically. For us, we hang onto the phrase safe and appropriate very much. Alters can be out, littles can be out when it's safe and appropriate. And if it's not safe and appropriate, they can be there. Yeah, if you have to like keep them inside for a longer period of time, they will try to start come out, of course, eventually. It's logic, litter. That's what happens. If it takes too long, they will come out. Maybe you can do a weekly library trip where you go to the library and read a book to them. If you know you can switch back, or if you know you can stay outside and be co-conscious with them while you read the book to them, and you can go back home safe again, then that's an option. But if you lose complete control when your alters take over, when your littles take over, then I don't think that's really a safe option either. But it's for you to decide what you find safe and appropriate for your littles. Yeah. Iki, we will definitely do more live streams in the future. This time there was a bit of a long time before the previous one and this one, because actually I was planning to do a new live stream with 250 subscribers, but then I was in the middle of the move, so that just didn't really work out for me. I had so much stress with October and moving, and I'm still in a lot of stress. I've been really putting this off, to be honest, with you all, because it's quite nerve wracking. Although everyone says I'm doing great, and I believe you all, I'm doing wonderfully amazing. I'm still like feeling nervous and anxious, and it's affecting my system and my overall health. So, I have to keep that in mind, and keep my boundaries in check as well. So that's why there was a long time between the previous live stream and this live stream. But I do like live streams, so when I have a bit more energy again, I will definitely do them more often. Yeah, we are also looking forward to that, and also for other alters, they want to do a live stream, but it's a bit hard for us to decide who can go first besides me, because I'm the host. So that was apparently obvious to everyone that I was going to do the live stream. And we asked multiple times on social media which alters you guys wanted to host the live stream, but no one responded. So for next time, let us know which alter you would like to see during the live stream, and we can take turns and let others out as well. So yeah, there will be more live streams in the future. Nordic system, Lila, I think that's great that you have your littles out and that then someone is with them. I think that's a really good way of keeping your littles safe. Yeah, we have the glitter. You say take care of yourselves first and foremost. We have a rule that is offline before online live, so we definitely keep that in check. But for us, this is also important. Like, we build up followers and we build up this YouTube channel. We like you guys. We love you guys. We are so thankful for all the views and support and the loves and likes and comments and shares that we get from you all. So doing live streams is just part of that for us as well. So you guys deserve also some reserved time and energy where I spend some time with you guys here in a live stream and we hang out together. So it's fine. If your littles are triggered, it's very, very difficult to keep them inside. Yes. For us, when we just got diagnosed, we had a lot of trouble with this. I could not walk into the candy aisle of the supermarket, or I would be gone and they would be in line with only candy and no food. And that seriously happened multiple times, like no joke. So eventually we just avoided the candy aisle. But then one day, we went to the mall and there was like a little train going in a circle, but it was obviously for children. So my little took over. I was with my ex-boyfriend who also has the ID, so luckily he knew kind of how to deal with the situation. But she was seriously having a tantrum in the mall, stamping her little feet on the floor, because she wanted to go in the little train that we would never fit into. It was for children. So we didn't really know what to do. My ex-boyfriend just took us home right away and like made sure that she like calmed down with some distraction. And then in therapy we asked like, what can we do about this? And what my therapist suggested was that we should have stand right next to the train and make it really visible for her that we were so much bigger right now than that little train is. And if she would have been able to like put her hand on the roof of the train, she might have felt like, oh, you're right, I'm too big for this. Physically, I don't fit in here. But yeah, so that was a tip for next time. Never seen the train again. Uh, but candy has been a problem for us, and keeping our littles in the beginning was also really difficult. What really helped for us was to give them a caretaker that's there 24/7 for their needs, to give them an amazing place in the inside world, which we built with self hypnosis, which I have a few videos about. Um, and then yeah, that helped us the most to keep them inside, and the appropriate and safe room, like you can only come out if it's safe and appropriate, that also helped us. Yeah, I guess you really wanted to go on that train, really wanted to go on that train. Yeah. Later we went um to the, what is it called, it's not a zoo but an animal farm thingy for kids. I don't know. Anyway, they had a little train there as well. But the first car you could drive it like a bike, like a bicycle. So we asked the people, like that was a bigger thingy. So we asked the people if she could drive the front cabin where you had to bike to make the whole train move. And so she got to take the other kids in a circle around the little pet zoo, which was really nice for her. So we kind of make it up to her. So I think this was the live stream for tonight, guys. We've been always going at it for 2 hours. I'm getting kinda tired. Yes, I think it's called a petting zoo. But I want to thank you all for being here, for sharing this time with me and with Angel here. Uh, it was a blast. Thank you again for helping us get to 10,000 views. Thank you all for subscribing. We are so happy we have reached our goal of 10,000 views and 300 subscribers. It's unbelievable. We feel so blessed and thankful, and grateful for you guys and for all of you following us on our healing, on this journey, of healing. Sorry, I'm getting really tired. My English is messing up. But thank you all. It was lovely seeing you here, and I will see you in the next video and in the next live stream. And don't forget to follow us on other social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr as well. And I hope to see you all next time again as well. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the weather if it's better weather where you are. And you are all very welcome. So good night, everyone, or good day wherever you are in the world. And see you next time. Bye bye.